Your goals, your dreams, your relationships, basically anything you want in life can happen. But it's going to take a lot of delusion, kid. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the Tangent Podcast, and we are officially under the TMG Studios family. I am so grateful for Noelle and the whole team for seeing us and incorporating us in the fam. But oh my gosh, literally we could not be starting on a better episode because this is something that is so relevant in just about every part of my life, clearly. And that is delusion. Because I think it do take delusion, right? It do take delusion. But I really feel like I have been seeing so many things on TikTok lately, especially, that have been about like what it takes to get your goals, what it takes to make things happen. And so many of the comments are just about like not caring. And I think that's really interesting because it's like, if it's something that we want to happen, like, what do you mean not care, right? It's such like a weird formula. I did an episode about this on an older podcast, actually, and it was one of my first episodes because I think starting a new chapter with podcasting was something that in my eyes felt delusional. Moving to a new city, going to college for a major that maybe people don't see the vision for, literally so many aspects of your life. It can be something that you know so clear is like meant for you, but to others it just sounds very delusional. And to that, good. Right? I literally think good. If what you're going for and if what you're shooting for and your dreams and your aspirations and kind of like what you vision your life for sounds like crazy and delusional to other people, it's like, girl, that's for you to feel. That's not for me to feel. And actually, it kind of lights a fire under your ass a little bit because it's like, if you don't see it, that makes me want to make it a reality like 5 times harder. I saw a quote and that kind of prompted the whole episode. And it was about shifting your internal state before the external proof shows up. And I know that sounds like a bunch of like Dr. Phil words, but literally shifting your internal state before the external proof shows up. Okay. I am a sleep-inaholic. Raise your hand if that's you. I am a sleep-inaholic, and one of the things about sleeping in is it gives me such a peaceful start to my day, right? I will literally like go into the bathroom. I am scrolling on my phone. I'm trying to be better about it, but like literally I will be scrolling on my phone, sitting on the toilet, right? But I am like sitting there and I will just have like the shower water running. I'm looking at the wall. I'm looking at the tile, and I'm just thinking about my day. And I'm already aware of what's stressing me. I wake up with the anxiety of a racehorse some days because I just know like what's on the agenda for the day, what I'm stressed about, what I'm wanting to like accomplish with my day. But in the back of my head, there's this thing of like, what would really like scratch an itch right now? Maybe it's like a restaurant you want to go to. Maybe it's a phone call you want to make. Maybe it's like a fucking album you want to listen to on your walk or your drive to work, right? There is something like hidden in your day that you know is like going to scratch your fucking itch. And I think that there is like an internal way that we build ourselves up that is completely unrelated to our reality. It's all headspace and world building, and I really wanted to get into this overall concept of The Sims today. If y'all were about that virtual world growing up, so much of like our childhoods were about like escaping into like a simulator of the real thing. I don't know if y'all had like those McDonald's play sets when you were younger and it was like Nilla wafer burgers and like you smushed up shit to make the McFlurry. Like they were so nasty, but like I wanted to play retail worker and I wanted to like work at the mall and I wanted to swipe the fake bank card like made out of plastic. Like everything was about like simulation, right? I don't think anyone checks into a job where you are swiping people's credit cards as excited as you were to do it when you were 4 years old, if that makes sense. And like literally like that fantasy play world is kind of like, for me, it's like playing The Sims, right? I love getting married in The Sims. I love swimming in The Sims. I love building that house. I love building that outfit. I love, getting that modded Sims where you can, have some fun time in the bedroom, all of those things. But those things do not necessarily translate to like how I want to live my life now, right? Not in any rush to get married, not in any rush to do those things, not in any rush to, change my hair, whatever the fuck. But like on The Sims, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I am so eager to experiment. And I think I'm so eager to try things and I'm so eager to go for it. But there's something that's like a roadblock in like my day-to-day, like actual life. So my challenge for myself has been treating life like I'm in a fucking Sims. And I'm not going to swim and like take the ladder out and like die, right? But like there are ways that I go about my life because I know that it is attached to reality. There are things that I don't buy because I know, honey, I got rent next month, right? There are things that I don't do because it just seems too difficult, or like I'm feeling lazy that day, or like fuck, like some days I just want to sleep in, right? Like I am that girl. But I've realized that if I switch to that like no man's land, all things go, like whatever the fuck I want to do, living like the Sims, I start to add some whimsy in my day in a way that I never did before. And what I mean by that is like going to places just to walk around, going to the park and sitting down for a minute. Fuck, taking the longer way to work, like driving down the country roads. Like that is my number one thing growing up in the Midwest. Like I miss taking a long ass route. Cause you would take the route, you'd be in the country, whatever. And it's like you get lost out there, you got your country playlist on, whatever. But like there was no reason to be doing all that. Like, literally, we added like 40 minutes to the thing. I saw the fucking Bigfoot in the hills. Like, girl, I thought I was going to die. Some farmer was chasing me with a gun, whatever the fuck. But, like, the thing about, like, those country roads is I think it added, like, some why notness to your day. It wasn't about, like, the rush of getting where the fuck you wanted to go. It was about this idea of, like, girl, sometimes I just want to cruise, right? On a Florida Georgia line, where y'all at? But, like, sometimes I just want to cruise, right? I think delusion in a lot of ways goes in hand with stupidity. And, and what I mean by that is if it sounds stupid, if it looks stupid, if it has this like whimsical to it, if it has this like childlike feeling to it, sometimes I feel like we're very quick to dismiss that. But so much of what I've realized about like achieving the things I want to achieve, it's about looking stupid. It's about looking really stupid sometimes. And I don't just mean that you're like not knowing what you're talking about or whatever, but I think it's saying the things that sometimes people are scared to, or doing the things that maybe other people around you are like scared to do. And, that can be very simple things. I mean, girl, think about, I hate to give men the credit I'm about to give them on this damn podcast. Lord forgive me, I'm about to get struck down. But the first man to wear a crop top to the gym had to be shitting it. I mean, really, right? And now you see it everywhere and like the cutoffs and whatever, but it's like, okay, he was feeling some type of way, fruity, but he was feeling some type of way, and he said, I'm going to cut this shirt, I'm going to feel this out, whatever. And it was like, there was a childlike why not to that. There was a freedom to that, right? And I really think a lot of men, once they see the crop top, are like, you know what, fuck it. Let me get my scissors out, right? It's really crazy. But I think you can apply that to a grander scale. When I see someone make a crazy ass move, when I see somebody get bangs, when I see somebody bleach their brows, I have now been given the green flag to go ahead and go for it. And you know what I mean? And I hate to say that because I know we like to really feel like we're on our individuality complex and things like that, but we are constantly searching for permission, whether that be from our peers, from our parents, from social media, from fucking trends, from whatever the hell. I mean, girl, this whole JFK Jr. series, the Love Story series on Hulu, which we're going to talk about, but like the whole series on Hulu, it is giving people permission to wear those damn newsboy hats and to wear those circle glasses and to wear beige skirts and black shirts. And it's like you are seeing it where it's like the Carolyn effect and the JFK Jr. effect, right? I keep almost saying RFK, and it's like, girl, that's a different effect. But I really feel like people were given permission, right, subconsciously, to start dressing and wearing this like Gap, the Loft, the Limited. They also talk about how that's a recession indicator. Side note, I remember seeing that months ago where people were like, oh, wait till business casual is back. I'm like, ooh. Like people are wearing blazers again. Ooh, like, wait a minute. But yeah, it's just kind of funny because I feel like now that it's been given permission, or it's like trending in a way, people are really going for it. There's something about delusion that I think gives you an all-in regardless of what anyone else is fucking doing. And I want to say there is an empowerment to that, but there is a big, 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 big hurdle that you have to get through in order to reach that. And that is owning your worst traits, worst things about you, worst things that you are scared are going to be shown and reflected, and pimping out your best traits. Hold with me. And when I say pimping them out, I really want you to imagine that picture of SpongeBob. Okay, that's going to be you with your best traits. And then for your worst traits, you're going to be the wolf furry thing where his parents are like fighting each other and he's like cowered in the corner. Okay, that is you with your worst traits, and that is you with your best traits, right? But here's the thing. We have to start owning those like really embarrassing, negative, scary traits about ourselves. Maybe you struggle listening to people, okay? Maybe you talk too much. Maybe you hate going out. Maybe you cannot stop talking about your ex. Maybe you have like a really, 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 really lazy bone in your body and you just cannot get up and do anything, right? Okay. All of these things probably impact you negatively at some point. Maybe you are like chronically late for everything. Okay. I am not here to throw shade. I am not here to beat you down. What I am here to say is you need to sit down and own that shit. You need to sit down and own that shit. I am a lazy motherfucker. You know what? I love to sleep in. I am a sleepinaholic. Okay, great. I am somebody that really hates to hear other people talk. I just want to talk, right? There we go. I am this, I am that, I am this. The sooner that you come to terms with that, shit becomes comical. Like it really does, because you cannot tell me anything about myself that I don't already know. And that is a very, 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 very good place to be, because I think so much of the fear of like going for what we want to do and what we want to be and what we want to say is that you're going to hear something reflected back that you're like, no, that's not me. And it's like, girl, yes, it is, right? Like, I feel like you're so scared of people like not seeing you in the way that you see yourself. You cannot control how people see you, but I can beat them to the punch, right? I can beat them to the punch that I am already aware how this shit looks. Okay, these are signature, right? These are signature to me. One of the first times that I left my apartment and was walking out in cowboy boots, I was surprised at all the heads I turned. Primarily 50 plus men. Well, not 50 men, but 50 men that are over 50. You see, delusional me was like, yes, I turned 50 men's head. But no, but like the reality was I turned like 50-plus-year-old head man person. So they looked at me and they were like, huh? And I felt shocked, right? Shocked, honey. I put the damn things on. Like, I know I had these on. I think I was shocked at the reaction. So I now know when I put these boots on, when I put that shit on, right? When I step out, I'm like, in the back of my head, in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay. They might look at me that way. Or I had another experience where I wore these and I had a nice older woman stop me and she's like, very cute. Okay. Data collection. Now I know when I walk out, I have two reactions that I can anticipate. But in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, I think they're cute. So somebody might think they're cute. Somebody might think they're ugly. Somebody might this. You cannot surprise me right now, unless you maybe like jump me and stole these off my feet, then I would be surprised, right? But I am already anticipating and well aware of like the reaction that I'm about to get. Okay, that's one. So because of that, I'm not going to be surprised when I wear these out. When I got that first head turn, little me, right? Little scared me, little gut me was like, am I doing the right thing? Is this okay? Am I good? Am I okay? And then part of me was like, ooh, maybe I made the wrong choice. Or, ooh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Or, ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. That is so natural. You can be the most confident motherfucker in the world and you can still feel like a little scaredy cat. Right? You can totally feel that. And you can do something good 44 times and on the 45th, you suck ass at it and you're like, oh, I am the worst ever. Like, I'm actually the worst ever. Like, I need to just stay home. Right? Like, those are so, like, achievable, reachable feelings. Like, no matter how confident, no matter how secure you are on shit, no matter like how much you do things in like a rotation and a pattern, like you can be surprised in how quickly you cower and how quickly you retreat, right? So for me, I feel like I had the confidence of a racehorse walking out in these boots because I was like, girl, fuck it. I already know people are probably going to be looking and I already know people are probably going to be thinking what they think, but it's like I already am anticipating that. So I really don't give a fuck now. So thinking about that in this whole lawless land simulator, owning your fucking embarrassing traits, owning your flaws, owning these things, it's like also at the same time, it's owning the fact that y'all can say what you want to say. Because I'm on path with something that makes me happy, makes me excited to get up out of bed, and also makes me wanting to go into the next day with a fire under my ass. Because I think when you are so caught up in what the response is going to be, you don't say anything worth listening to. I really, truly believe that. And I also think if you are constantly worried about what you are aligned with other people and how you are aligned and if what my trend is matching this trend, and if I wear this, is it going to fit in, whatever, I'm like, I'm sorry. We need some damn pioneers out there. We need some people that don't give a fuck. And when I say don't give a fuck, it's not that you don't give a fuck about other people and you don't give a fuck and, you know, you don't like, it's not like you kick kittens, right? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you're somebody who leads and somebody who is totally driven by your own impulse. And I think that is really, 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 really powerful. And we get so in this like herd mindset or this group mentality that you start to feel very wrong for having impulse outside of that. And I think we're conditioned that way. I think it's very normal. I mean, shit, our entire life is a fucking algorithm, right? But it's gotten to the point almost now where, you see those TikToks and it's like, but you playing on your phone. No, I'm not playing on my phone. You will see people post about their Pinterest boards. And I'm like, oh my God. Like 7 out of 10 of those pins I have on my board. And here I thought I was curator of the year. Like I thought I was literally, like, I thought I was Anna Wintour picking shit from the dust. Like I thought I was like really like brushing off like a never before seen vision board, mood board aesthetic. And then I see it's like, oh, y'all have already done this. I'm late to the party. We showed up to the same party late. Like, what the hell? But, we are so, like, desperate to have a piece of our own pie. And I think all of us want something that is uniquely us. I don't know if y'all are watching this season of Drag Race, but this also was kind of prompted off what's going on with Juicy Love Dion, if y'all are watching, right? If you don't know, Juicy Love Dion, very talented dancer, very talented performer. We're Instagram ooms. Hey, girl. But she received a comment on the runway the other day where RuPaul told her, she's like, yeah, you're a great dancer, you're beautiful, you're a great performer. I just don't see you behind the eyes. Which I'm like, okay, psychological warfare 101. Like, that's like telling somebody that when they smoke, like, you're acting really weird. Like, she literally is like in a competition and the girl goes, Ru goes, yeah, I just don't see you behind the eyes. Okay, that comment made me think, and it's like, going back to this knowing your flaws, knowing your fucking strengths, knowing these things, like pimping out your strengths, fucking navigating your flaws, right? And owning them. I know myself. And I think if I ever got a comment of someone being like, I don't see you, I don't see whatever, oh my God, that would send me into a spiral, right? Because it's like, I feel like I know myself so well. I think we have an internal lens of ourselves, but also like, think about the last time that you had a friend ask you like, are you okay? And not like, are you okay in general, but like they are just noticing you shift from you. To be known, to be seen, to be loved, to have someone know what your fucking North Star is and to know when you're off of it. It's like, damn, I've really been showing myself to you to a point that you like notice the fact that I'm a little different right now. I think that is really what like knowing your flaws, knowing your truth, knowing your fucking every trait of yourself leads to something like that, because you can display it on a billboard and you can be like, yeah, that's me. And then everybody's like, ooh, you're a little off. You're like, oh yeah, you're right, because that's me and now this is me. It's like, I love that. I think part of my life lately has been very much learning on the job. And that's crazy because I really feel like I'm in a good place right now. But what I'm realizing is like every single week, there's something that I'm just completely fucking gagged by. Outside of the outside world. Girl. We're exhausted. We're exhausted. We're gagged every day, right? But I mean gagged like something got me angry that I was not aware would get me angry. Something made me cry that I didn't think I'd cry at. I watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. We were talking about this. And I literally was sobbing. And I was sobbing to the point that I was like, oh, I can feel again. Right? And I think seeing myself get caught off guard by my emotions in the past couple weeks really tells me that I'm breaking out of this like routine, breaking out of this fucking like shell, breaking out of like this fucking repeat cycle, because everything starts to feel like that, right? It gets to a point where you start feeling like that SpongeBob thing where he's like in traffic and then he's going to work and he's like, going to bed, honey, like that thing.
Coming to bed,
you start
honey?
to feel like that. And I think when you catch yourself off guard, not to throw another fucking reference in the ring, you know the Black Mirror episode where they're in the dating simulation and they break out of the dating simulation? I think a really, 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 really good in sync fucking delusion filled, aware, hyper aware, going for your fucking goals, like shooting for it, fuck the noise, fuck everybody else, should feel like that. You feel like you're looking at a routine, you're looking at a machine, you're looking at everything from the outside. I did not smoke today, y'all. I'm really just on that shit for real. Thank you. psychedelic tea. But no, but I really feel like seeing people in that routine and people doing the same thing and taking the same route and doing these things and watching that from the outside has been my goal lately. Not saying the whole, oh, I'm just built different. I'm just different than the rest of them. Okay, girl, I like to get my fucking Dubai chocolate bullshit just like the rest of y'all. But like at the same time, I actively have parts of my day, parts of my goals, parts of my routine where my exact goal is to see things from a different point of view, right? Love to see you from my point of view. It's to see a different POV. It's to see myself, challenge myself. And honest to God, part of the thing is doing it scared, right? I want to be fucking scared in my life. I want to look at things and be like, I don't know if I can do that. Because so much of our life, it's like, girl, of course I can do that. I fucking go there all the time. I go to the same restaurant all the time. I go do this all the time. I go do that. Okay, whatever. I order the same coffee every time. It's like, yes, it's a little thing, but it matters. It builds up into this predictability net. And I almost feel like part of me and part of going for it is about having no proof that you can actually do it. That's true going for it to me. I feel like it's the idea of holy shit, right? And for some of us, I'm going to be honest, that's like going to eat alone, right? That's going into a bar and being like, fuck, I'm going to turn every head in here. That's going to on a first date a couple hours after you just met the fucker on the dating app. Doing something that you're like, whoa, like, holy shit. That could be little things. That could be huge things. Going for a walk without your headphones. These simple breaks of routine that there is a part of your body that's like putting on the brakes. You're like, your body's like, whoa, wait a minute. But I think there's a part of us that desperately, desperately, desperately craves to just feel caught off guard. The reason why I like this caught off guard a lot more than like, I'm going to lose my job. Like, I like this caught off guard because we're in control. It's not about the outside world. It's not about how they treated us or what they did or what, they took this opportunity from us or they're the reason I don't have headphones on this walk is because somebody stole them. No, I intentionally left them in the bag. Like, I intentionally took a different route to work. I intentionally did the thing different, right? I intentionally ordered a coffee different. It's a, like, subtle reminder that, like, girl, we're here. We are here. We get so caught up in the routine. We get so caught up in what we should be doing, what we think we should be doing, what we have been doing. It's like, you're here now. You can really go in the bathroom and buzz your eyebrows off right now. Like think about that, and I think we don't think about that because what we think about is like, well, what the fuck? I had eyebrows yesterday. Okay, yeah, but you could not have them tomorrow. Like, that's such a dumb thing, but like, think about something drastic like that. You don't have to keep on the same routine and the same pattern. And to be honest with ourselves, I think a good majority of why we are unhappy with our lives is because we're not challenging the very thing that we're doing every day. And I think we're not challenging ourselves to want more for ourselves because we're scared it won't happen, because we haven't seen it done before, because we don't see it for ourselves. But the thing is, it's like, honey, of course we don't. We have no proof. You're not crazy. You're not fucking delusional. You know what? Like, you're not delusional in a negative way. You're not like, oh my God, I really should see it for myself, but I don't. And that's really sad. It's like, no, it's like, honey, it's a lot. It is a lot. A change of routine is a lot. Going for something, leaving your job, starting a different job, moving apartments, moving towns, dropping out of college, joining another college, going to college in the fucking first place. That's a lot. And I think we do hard things every day. But if you don't see yourself on a drastically different path, you're on autopilot in your current one. That's not your fault. That's not anybody's fault. That's how life is fucking designed, girl. Like, I feel like we are to the point where it's expected that you are doing that SpongeBob thing. It's expected. So when you start doing things a little different, sure, you feel fear. You feel regret. You feel like, I don't even know if I can take the first step. But I think the rush that you get from that step is worth it all. To me, there has been a cheat code that I have been noticing. in my life, in my friends' lives, and oh my God, not to be dramatic and gay right now, but I am 26, seeing my friends in that 24, 25, 26 realm, and we're all looking at each other like, did you feel that last night? Like something clicked. Something fucking clicked, right? And it might have been a click that you left your job. It might have been a click that you gave up on that fucking deadbeat relationship, right? It might have been a click that you were like, shit, I want bangs. Whatever that click was for you, it was drastic, it was sudden, and it came out of fucking nowhere. And I'm going to tell you, my click was that I realized that if I want different results, I can't be doing the same damn thing. I complain about being hungover every time I go out. Honey, who is buying the White Claws? Who? Well, I've had them bought from me before. way back when. But I feel like I'm the one buying the fucker. So I'm like, what do you mean you're upset that you're hungover? It's like, who pregame like that? Who went out like that? Who bought the drinks like that? Who danced like that? Who got Taco Bell after like that? Me. So I'm like, who, if you're going to be upset and point fingers, point them at yourself, right? For one. But the other thing is like, my routine was so based on doubting myself. My routine was so based on thinking that I don't deserve certain things, or, that's just how relationships are, or that's just how life is, or that's just, that's just you. You're a sleep-in guy. That's just who you are. Girl, I'm going to use a really simple example. I am borderline gluten-free right now. What I mean by that is I slip up every now and then, right? I do. It's like it accidentally falls into my mouth and now I'm eating a Crunchwrap Supreme, but that's beside the point. I noticed for so long that I felt like I was carrying twins when I eat certain things. Olive Garden breadsticks, right? A big-ass pizza. Crunchwrap Supreme. And for the longest time, I was just like, oh, maybe I just ate too fast or I ate too late, whatever. And then I thought about it, common thread connecting. Those were all gluten things. I cut gluten for a week, all of a sudden, skinny mini? Oh my God, have y'all heard the Minnie Mouse song? Okay, sorry. Have y'all heard the Minnie Mouse song? Thank you. Let's talk about that. But no, I feel like she changed her routine. Talk about it. She said, Mickey, go stand over there. Mickey was doing the fucking bullshit. She said, I'm going to get in the booth. She was holding her ear up here. No, Pink Panthers. Ugh, love it. I remember what the fuck we were talking about. Oh, change your routine. The gluten-free. Yes. See, I'm getting nervous. I'm distracting myself. No, but I really realized that like gluten was my enemy, right? And honest to God, I cut it. I felt so amazing. I ate it again, felt like shit. And sure, I was like, okay, now I know what it is. But the part of me was like, why do I need to keep proving to myself now that I know it's gluten, right? Why do I keep needing to do it again? I know I feel great when I don't eat the damn thing. But my routine for 25 years was to eat the damn thing. So now that I know that eating it makes me feel like shit, I've solved the riddle. I've answered my problem. Wow, you will not feel bloated and horrible anymore, right? Lola Young, I'm too messy. I wake up, I got a Crunchwrap all over me. I'm like, oh, okay, got it. Why'd I do that last night, right? Like, and I can't even blame it on drunk me anymore because, listen, as drunkenly as I tapped the Crunchwrap button, I could have tapped the Doritos Loco hard shell corn taco. Thank you. Hashtag not sponsored, but hashtag please sponsor because, damn, that's so good. But I feel like, we are creatures of fucking habit and creatures of routine, right? We sometimes know the answer. Stop texting him. Stop eating gluten. Stop hanging out with that one friend that makes you feel like shit. But what do? Me and the bestie, right? Like, what do you do, right? Like, but you literally, it's like breaking out of that routine is so damn scary. And also it's just like exhausting to think about like doing anything different. It's like, why the hell would I want to challenge the status quo when the status quo has been working for 25 years? But it's like, has it though? Has it though? You know what I'm saying? Like, has it? And I think it takes nerve. And most importantly, it takes just jumping off the fucking ledge. Whatever that word is for you. Delusion is so tired, and I understand that. That's our starting point, right? This idea of believing something that you do not necessarily see or know to be true yet. And also maybe believing that you're about to fill bigger boots than you think you can actually fill. But believing you can do it is the first part of actually doing it. You got to believe that you can fill those motherfuckers eventually. You got to believe that you can change that fucking pattern. You got to believe that you can stop texting that motherfucker, right? You got to believe that shit. And to be honest, like, I think there's such a thing right now and in the past couple years that have been like, it's like cute to do the bad thing, right? People just think it's like adorable that like, oh, I'm hungover. Oh, I texted him again. I texted my ex last night. Oh, I did this. I'm like that. Okay, yes. Do I think that was cute at one point? And was I the person that thought that was cute at one point? Absolutely. Now, I want to hold back and I just want to be like, studio silence. Like, I don't want to give any supportive laugh, cheer. Oh, you're so crazy, girl. I'm like, oh, you're so not okay, girl. Like, we need to talk. And like, I know that because I've walked those paths. I've walked that sidewalk, right? So when I see someone else walking that sidewalk and they're looking back like, isn't this funny? I'm like, no, like, no, like, turn around. Like, it scares the shit out of me, right? There is something about being in a place of clarity about who you are, what you want, and what you will accept for yourself, that when you're on the other side, the first thing we want to do is preach till the cows come home. And listen, you are watching a living fucking example of it today. But at the same time, you cannot get pissed at the people that are still figuring it out. I think it is such a rite of passage, like growing up and like the coming of age story, right? Is figuring shit out on your own. And part of that is like making really fucked up decisions and like putting yourself through hell and whatever. But I will just say, at least at the baseline, my goal was always to be aware of what I was putting myself through. Are y'all hearing me? I feel like I wanted to at least be aware of the poison I was drinking. If I choose to drink the fucking shit, that's on me. But I can't ever say that I wasn't aware of it. Okay, I'm going to reconnect with that ex. I'm going to hang out with that sneaky link. I'm going to go to that job that treats me like shit. I'm going to hang out with that friend that only talks about themselves. I know my poison. So when I step up to drink it, I cannot and will not leave that poison and go, I can't believe that happened. It's like, girl, but like, I'm sure you can think of a time that you've done that. And I think we're just so shocked. I think we're so shocked that like it's giving us the same result, right? It's like when you play at the fucking casino and you put your card down, and you lose every time. You're like, it can't do it again. Fuck. Like, you're like, fuck. Like, it just did it again, right? I think that is so, like, common for me is, like, I will get the same result 6 times, and I'm just like, there is no fucking way it's going to do it a 7th, right? And what's it do? Unless there is years of time between the 6th attempt and the 7th attempt. Yes, I said it. But, like, I feel like there has to be a gap, a change, some growth, because, I mean, we really want to get into it. I have reconnected with people on the other side. Not like they've passed on, right? All dogs go to heaven. But, like, I have reconnected with people on the other side where I was like, oh, you get it now. Or, I get it now. I got some friends that are 28, 29. I got some of my friends' older sisters that now they're like, how you doing? And I'm like, girl, I'm good, but I sure as shit was not good when I thought I was good. They're like, mm-hmm. And the beauty of that is they let me figure it out, right? And I'm so grateful for that. Yes, I think there is something to be said about certain situations where you need pulled out of, but I honestly think you need to be able to build yourself up and build the fucking courage to, like, get the shit done yourself. I think so much of our superpower is accessed through this, like, dream state, larger than life, put myself in someone else's shoes, fantasy world. Who are you when you light a candle and it's like that 2 a.m., 3 a.m., I can't sleep, head empty, like you literally are just like existing. Like, who is that person? What's the impulse? Fuck the noise. Fuck what Chelsea DM'd you, right? Fuck what Austin DM'd you too. Who are you? And it's like knowing her, knowing him, knowing them, knowing that person, that's the person that you're building from. I used to want to move when I was in like junior high-ish, which I'm so glad I didn't. But like my mom was getting like job opportunities in different towns in different hubs, right? And not that hub, but like a hub for her work. But hey mom. But I feel like she was getting these opportunities at different hubs, and like the idea was that she would move and that I would have to pick everything up and go with her. And to be honest with you, I was really excited about that because I just got to like start over. I got to rewrite the narrative. I got to try it again. I got to do things different. I got to do whatever. But I am so glad I stuck it through, because not only like was it worth the while, and it ended a lot better than it started, but like the best part about it is when you go into college, you're meeting people that don't know your high school self. When you go into a new job, they don't know you from that old job. When you go into a new fucking like coffee shop, they don't know your order at the other one, right? You have a constant renewal and constant place to like start new. I just saw like a beautiful TikTok, and this is like kind of unrelated to today's topic, but like what is today's topic? But like I just saw like literally this lady went into a coffee shop and she ordered a coffee under her deceased mother's name. And I was like, in the back of my head, I'm like, I didn't even know that was an option. She just put in a whole other name, and they called it out. And she responded. She got the coffee. That was hers. It served its purpose. She got to hear her mother's name be called. She felt that. That was for them. For the barista, honey, it was another Wednesday. But I was like, applying that logic, what if I did this for me? And also, I know the rules, but fuck the rules right now. I'm going to lead gut first, heart first, brain first. Do it. It's like something about breaking out of that cycle. It almost like, it felt like fucking primal, like seeing that video, because I was like, wow, like what a beautiful way to not only cope, but what a beautiful way to just like switch shit up for yourself and like give yourself something. And that's all today's about. That is today in a fucking nutshell, is the idea of what is the fucking mindset and what is the switch that you need to do to allow yourself to be the greatness that you already have in you. Not becoming someone else, not allowing yourself to follow someone else, whatever it is, but truly like ask yourself, what do I need to do to already dig that shit up that's clearly inside me? Change of pace, change of location, change of routine, change of headspace. What is it that really unlocks you? And I think, honestly, you know, I've talked about this on the pod before. I think we see people in our life, and I think sometimes we're very, like, angered by what they do. I think we're very, like, confused by what they do. I think we have a reaction to what they do. But part of it is because, like, we see ourselves in it, or possibly we see, like, we think we could do it better, or we kind of think, like, I see myself in that world, and why are they in that world? I think there's, like, a ton of different feelings that are really complex when we see people doing the damn thing, right? Happens all the time. Literally happens all the time. And I think the thing is, you are not behind, right? You can literally catch the bus tomorrow and meet these people where they're at. Absolutely. Whatever that is. Because if you already have that gut feeling, that reaction, that feeling, it's like you already know what's inside you, or else you wouldn't feel that way. Because I feel like people that don't relate to those like ventures or those big leaps or anything, like the go-getter ass motherfuckers, like when someone does not relate to those people, they're blase-da about it, right? I think so much of what we are trying to do is just feel fucking alive. We want to feel in control. We want to feel like we're doing it, and we want to feel like our tank is like fucking emptied at the end of the day. And honestly, it's so capable and able to do in your hands. It's just going to take a lot of fucking delusion. I could go on and on and on and on about this topic, but the reason why is because once I stopped caring, shit happened. I got happier. I attracted better people that made me feel supported. I can do things alone that I never would have thought I was able to do. I trust in myself in a way that I did not before, and I go for things. Because what else are we here for? Truly. I think like knowing the depth of yourself is like the scariest part of this whole episode. And I really do. I think like the whole idea of like knowing your worst trait, talking about your worst trait, like kind of coming to terms with your worst trait is a huge thing. And I talked about this in a past episode. I used to be FOMO's number one victim. I used to be somebody who was very much like, if I did not get a text that was like intentionally out to get me. I was also the person that if they were active on Instagram and I had a message left undelivered, girl, it was like a red laser dot was like coming to like hit me in the skull. Like I literally felt all of those things. And here's the thing. You want a secret? I still feel those things. And I do. And I'll be the first to admit that. But the best part is I am very aware of the ridiculousness of those things. I am super aware. Like, honey, trust me. I am very aware of the moments in my life where my brain is ticking in a direction or taking me down a path that is just fucking stupid, right? So I am already able to build up scenarios in my head. I am already able to take myself down paths that may not even be realistic. I am already able to like sabotage and tear myself down. Y'all ready for this one? So what if I build myself up? Like literally, like what if I build myself up? Like what if I take that same fucking world building, that same thing, and I apply it to what if things turn out better? What if, shit, my message is undelivered, but when I see them tomorrow, damn, that bouquet of flowers is going to hit, right? Thank you. What if I think that literally things are going to turn out better than I'm imagining? What if everything is going to be okay for me? And what if taking that risk or jumping off that fucking like ledge is going to be the thing that changes everything for myself and my life? Okay. That took just as much brain power, but I'm smiling right now. Whenever I'm spiraling on that, oh my God, I'm left undelivered, so he wants me dead. Let's just say I'm going to bed early that night because I'm literally about to be in my fuzzy socks with the blanket over my head, watching RuPaul's Drag Race with cookie butter Trader Joe ice cream in the bed with me, crying. But besides that headspace, I feel like it's so easy to talk ourselves in either direction. So why not talk yourself up the fucking positive hill, right? And that's the thing. Is it very fucking delusional to say that he left me undelivered, so I'm going to have flowers on my door tomorrow? Yes. And I'm aware of that. But is it also, hear me out, delusional to say that I am being left undelivered and he hates me? Yes. Inside you, there are two wolves. I'm going to use that picture so many times in this episode. Oh my God. Editor getting erased. Because it's like, girl, wait a minute. But like literally inside you, there are two wolves. Fedora. And let's choose the fedora wolf that is better suited to you so you can feel like this, but positive, right? Put it again. Like literally put it again. And honestly, like that is the truth. So I open up the comment section to grand opening to a conversation. I want to know what is a trait that you feel is very negative about yourself that you are coming to terms with. And I'm not talking like, oh God, I have acne. I'm not talking that shit. I'm talking like true in my gut. I am jealous. I am envious. I am feeling this. I am feeling that. I want to know the shit, right? I'm telling you, you can censor names. I don't care. I need to know what is that thing that you're coming to terms with, right? What is that wolf? And what is a trait about yourself that you need to start pimping the fuck out? You got both. I'm not going to tell y'all mine because, honey, you just saw it for 40 minutes. So literally, y'all just saw it for 40 minutes. But stay on task challenge, stay on topic challenge. But no, I'm serious. Like literally, if this is like your journaling exercise for the day, open that shit up because that literally is step one. Welcome to the new tangent era. And we still got those boots and we still got that Chipotle tea. Thank you. But I will see y'all next Monday. Yes, we're starting on Mondays now. We are on that Monday grind. This is your Monday cup of joe. This is your start of your week. We either going to start off strong or we're going to start off good. Who knows? But yeah, I am so excited to see you guys next Monday. And stay tuned. All right. I love you bunches. Bye.